Restless week, not alone. Grabbed a bottle and a Bible to go. Saw Saints Day on the boulevard. Was trying to rid myself of this load. When you're lost, flat, busted, and sinking lower. Walls they inside closing in. There's no need looking over your shoulder.
What's up, guys? Thanks for stopping by today. Quick video today. Wanted to stop in and show you guys this new spot. Now, this property right here is not public land. This is MLD, Managed Land Deer Permit. We'll go into that another day. But this is a property that I'm on, a lease that I'm on with my dad, as one of my primary goals this year to spend as much time with Dad hunting as I can. He just retired. We lost a lot of years spending time in the field, so we're on this property together. So this is it, you know, this is going to be his thing. He probably won't be joining me on the public land very much, but this way we can hunt at the same place. And this is a really unique place. This is East Texas. You can see behind me and all around me, and I am walking down a fire break here. And one of the cool things about this property, this MLD property, is between the small group of us that's on here, everything is community. We do not separate or segregate spots and stands. We do have, like I said, we maintain food plots on this property. Each food plot typically has a stand on it. Everything is community. We have stands throughout the property that we share. We do not make a big deal about who hunts where. We share expenses, we share effort, we share cost, and you can hunt anywhere. You can scout anywhere through the woods you want to go. So if you are encroaching on an existing hunting area, that's okay, because everything is community. Everybody likes their specific areas, but you are able to scout and travel throughout this property as you see fit. So super cool. Love that about this place. We do not shoot our normal license tags. We get state tags, so we get so many buck tags, so it's kind of like first come first serve. Very cool piece of property. Like I said, community based, which makes it a little bit competitive, but also to give you the opportunity to really treat it like a public land property. Do your scouting, do your homework, because your opportunities are endless through here. So you can pretty much create whatever scenario you see fit, and whatever you put into it is what you get out. But I wanted to show you guys this spot because there is a slight hilly terrain through here, and any gradual change you can take advantage of. So I'm just making my way through here, and I scouted this last year, and if you look behind me, you can see I am at about, if you're looking at a topographic map, I am about, from the low point, I'm about 2 or 3 lines up. There's a slight bench right here, but it rises probably another 50 feet. And I scouted this area down in here. I walked from the north end of the property down through here, and I bumped those all along this second and third level off the top of the ridge. So they're all bedded down here on a north wind when I came down in here. So I ended up making my way all the way down in here and really found a huge break in the timber. There's also a creek that runs east and west back here, and it sounds familiar because I love that setup. The success of having, you know, a wind that is perpendicular or bisects that creek bottom has always seemed to work. So, but I came down in here and wanted to develop. Now we are allowed to feed this supplemental feed this property. It's actually a requirement as part of the MLD. Acre food plots for every 100 acres. You know, it's nothing extensive, but it is valuable for the herd, and it does help. Right now, they don't need food plots. You can see everything that's grown up behind me. We've got black ferns, there's a lot of natural browse everywhere. If you spend any time in East Texas, you will know what I'm talking about, how thick it gets. Now, if you look here behind me, right up there, this is the spot. I walked around in here for an hour yesterday and picked that tree. It is not attractive, and it is right on the edge. It's a little bit longer shot, talking about 30 to 35 yards. I'm okay with that in here, but that is the tree. Now, when we talk about the tree, it's the best spot to set up in here to get a kill. So right back here is the creek. Straight off from this stand, I can shoot that creek at 35 yards, about 33. Huge oak tree down there. Scouted that November 22nd last year. 3 or 4 scrapes along there. Huge rubs all the way out in here, and also in this timber break. So right here for this spot, this is set up where a ridge comes down this hill and dumps down into this bottom. There's another ridge behind me over here that dumps down right in here. There's a lot of points that converge right in here, and there's like a little hub. Now there's the trick is how do I get in here? So from east southeast access, I can come in here on a north wind and stay downwind of these does. Now the trick is those bucks are going to cruise that creek bottom trying to scent all of these does, and we have a little free feeder feeding area down in here too to keep the hogs away. We don't throw things on the ground, right? So so there's a food source down here, natural browse. I'm not even hunting the free feeding area. I probably won't even get a shot to that, but we do provide it as part of the agreements. You know, they require us to do food plots or you know, some sort of freestanding. So came in here yesterday and hung this stand, hung it once, looked at it, it's too tall for this pine. Took it down, reset the stand, took a section off and rehung it, and then walked around, looked for shooting lanes, and then Dad came down. And if you notice, that's why I'm not wearing, I'm wearing a different shirt than I am when I was hanging the stand, because it's not today anymore, it's tomorrow. Or it's yesterday's today, you know what I'm saying? I was in a pine plantation, a bunch of southern magnolias over here, some big white oaks back here on the creek bottom, transition, natural browse, food source, bedding area, probably another 60 yards, 70 yards up the hill, and probably another 150 yards up that way, up the north. So I'm gonna have to create another access directly. I want to come in directly from the south, so that's okay, we'll figure that out. But cool spot. You start adding the things up, the probability goes up, right? You start adding cruising areas for bucks, bedding for does, a lot of natural browse, open sunlight, transition to the west, access is good, natural browse, feeding area, and lots of cover. And there is a food plot probably 250 yards through those woods up there. I could go set up in that, but that's not where you're going to kill the deer very often in East Texas. So we are down here where the action happens. So hope you like this today, guys. We're going to be here in this spot. You come back in October and we will be in this spot. So very cool, super excited about this spot, and it's going to be a good season. So thanks for sticking with me, guys. If you got any comments, you hunt in the area, you got spots similar to this, all of this natural browse in East Texas or up in the Midwest in Wisconsin. We have some family in Wisconsin. I tend to relate to some of that big timber, so drop some comments in the down below and talk about if you guys have some similar setups. So appreciate the time. See you.
town when I was just a stranger.